before. They're actually a coffee and nut company, but they are the #1 nut company that we offer here at HSN. And because it's fall, and the temperatures have dropped some, and it's chilly in some areas, we can now ship chocolate. We can't traditionally do that during the summertime because it gets too hot. So I'd like to go over the offer for you, if I can, because if you're a chocolate lover, you're gonna be delighted what we have back in stock. So you're receiving 3 pounds of our cherry, berry, and nut mix. They do come in these individual containers, so there's a pound each. So there are a couple of choices for you to select from, all right? Choice number 1, let's go for the chocolate. Why not? So you've got your cherry, berry, nut mix with the chocolate chunks. So that is now back in stock. We can certainly ship that for you, which is wonderful. Delicious chocolates, we're gonna talk about that, and you can choose whether you'd like it at a one-time purchase of a single ship. And then what we have is also called auto ship, where you can sign up to get this every 60 days if you choose to. So you've got your cherry berry nut mix with chocolate chunks, or you can choose the cherry berry nut mix salted and roasted, or you can choose the cherry berry nut mix raw and unsalted. All right, so those are your 3 choices. Joining us via Skype is someone who I so enjoy working with. Our resident foodie, Carrie Miletto, is joining us. Hey, Miss Carrie, I've missed you.
Oh, I missed you too. I'm so glad you're back. I'm so glad we're back talking about good eating and good foods, which it's not fall without Ferris, right?
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And we've got chocolate back, which is really nice. I love this time of year.
Absolutely. So I'll start with the chocolate because guess what? We haven't had it for a while. So let's take a nice close look at these. These are not chocolate chips, by the way, in this mix. If you notice, these are huge chocolate chunks. They're a bittersweet dark chocolate, which blends perfectly with the rest of the mix. So let's talk about the rest of the mix. We've got our cashews from India and Brazil. We've got these, look at these pecans. These are all from Texas, and check those guys out. We try our best to keep them nice and whole for you like that. We've got our California almonds. We've got the Michigan cherries, because we are a Michigan-based company, and we've got our USA cranberries. So that is going to be your cherries, berries with chocolate chunk mix, okay? So that's gonna give you kind of an around the world of flavor, right? Because you've got you know, the tartness of the cranberries, you've got the sweetness of the cherries. That's why we use bittersweet dark chocolate, by the way, with the chocolate chunk, because we don't want it to compete. We want it to actually be something that complements the rest. And then you've got your nuts, which are giving you that savory and that saltiness. So this is the perfect mix for now. So I say, if it's fall, it's all about Ferris. This is what you want to have lying around to kind of just grab a bite of while you're watching the game, while you're hanging outside grilling, all the different things that we're starting to do in the fall. So, you know, some of the things you can do with this, there is so much, by the way, and whether it's raw and unroasted, if you are really watching your salt intake, then that's why we offer raw and unroasted. If you're a person who, most people love roasted salted though, because it does add that little kick of flavor. And in case you're wondering the difference, we just salt it very ever so lightly. So it's just to bring out the flavor and enhance it, not to hide anything. I always like to show our containers and make sure I get the roasted salted. So this is actually roasted salted with chocolate chunk that I have in my hand right now. And you notice we do a clear container. We're very proud of what we have. Since 1924 out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Notice at the bottom, you don't see a whole bunch of salt out there. If you look at a lot of containers like in the store and such like that, you're gonna see a whole bunch of salt and a whole bunch of junk down here. Notice you don't see that. That's because it's very lightly salted. Just a little enhancement just to bring out that flavor. We do it perfectly.
No, I love this. The $15 savings I think is nice. I mean, if you buy nuts on a regular basis, you know, nuts are pretty expensive. You know, at least for my pocketbooks, nuts are expensive, but they're so good for you. They satiate you, they're quick grab and go snack. I love that you've got the 3 containers because if you have a family where, you know, people like to kind of put their hands in the little nut jar. This is gonna be an opportunity for everybody to have their own individual jar if you want to. Plus it's grab and go. It's a nice container to even keep at work if you wanted to. The nice options that we offer, the fact that we offer raw and unsalted, and we offer the traditional roasted and salted, and then of course the decadent with the chocolate, I think it's a nice option. If you want in on this, let us know. It is a customer pick. This is probably one of the most popular offers that we bring to you. And I always like to say, you know, certainly you can find nuts at the supermarket, but take a very close look at this. Beautiful whole pieces, nice juicy ripe cherries with these. If you've ever tried anything from the Ferris company, it's so fresh. I love to read the reviews because it's almost, it's a little shocking at first because certainly, I mean, most of us have tried nuts before, but it's almost shocking to taste the freshness of the nuts that we offer to you. These make for a wonderful gift to give as well. We do offer these to you on what we call auto ship. So if you are, you know, a nut lover and you love to maybe snack on nuts, it might not be a bad idea to consider maybe securing this on our auto ship where you can get these every 60 days. And remember with auto ship, you're always in control and you can totally customize it. But choose the flavor that you love. One has, of course, all of the traditional nuts except that it has the nice chocolate chunks. And then the other ones don't have chocolate. You can choose the raw unsalted or the roasted salted, and they're all at a great value. But free shipping and handling and 4 flex pay carry. This is a great way to start the show. I did a little homework and I said, how many days until Thanksgiving? I think it's 38 days before Thanksgiving. So it's getting close. I've mentioned Thanksgiving because we're gonna be doing a lot of baking. As a matter of fact, we're gonna be making breads and cakes a little bit later on with the bread maker from Wolfgang Puck. These nuts and cherries and berries would make for a beautiful bread or beautiful cake as we prepare for the holidays.
Or maybe some cookies like I baked today. So little trick, I just take already made cookies that I bought in the store and then I put them in for about 5 minutes. When they get soft enough, I start putting in some Ferris right at the top and then I let them finish baking. You can top off your cupcakes and your cakes and maybe you want to do like a pumpkin bread, but you want to put in some Ferris in it. You can do that. One of the ways I eat my Ferris so much and so often, this is all year round, is with a parfait. So you can do just some Greek yogurt and just pile some Ferris in there. Forget the ones that are in the store that you don't know what's inside of there. You don't know what the ingredients are. And typically they're using kind of substandard nuts. Use Ferris and you're going to get something that's going to give you that pop and that crunch that you really should be looking for. And look, goat cheese this time of year, I crush it and I roll the goat cheese in it.
Beautiful.
So easy. And then even if you just want to put the Ferris out on your charcuterie boards, look how beautiful it is. We eat with our eyes. It's all about nature. Let your salads pop. And if you see nature and you see freshness, you'll be attracted to that. And I think at this time of year, there's one thing I want to point out, because I know our time's short today, but you know, a personal trainer friend of mine once said to me, he said, tell everyone this about nuts. Nuts make you feel full. They have fiber in them, so they satiate you. So what's important is a handful. So I'll just take a handful of the mix right here. Just a handful before you hit up a buffet, a handful before you have dinner, a handful before you just kind of go anywhere where there's going to be a lot of food, helps to satiate you, but it also is giving you protein from the nuts. It's giving you antioxidants from the fruit, which, hey, listen, right now, antioxidants, great idea. And I want to point out, I don't want to miss doing this. There is no dried fruit like a Ferris dried fruit. I just rolled this cherry, a dried cherry, in my hands, and please look at my finger. If you have never had a dried fruit that just melts in your mouth and it just pops with juicy flavor, that means you probably haven't had Ferris. And since 1924, they've been doing it right. And 10 years here at HSN. So please try us because I think after that, you'll just know.
They're so delicious. I mean, they really are wonderful. If you'd like to try them, remember what your choices are. Back in stock for the first time for the fall season is our cherry company with the chocolate. And then we've got roasted, salted, raw, unsalted. And I love the comment that Darlene Spake. Hi, Darlene. I love your comment. She wrote, nuts are also heart healthy. You're absolutely right.
Yes.
And dark chocolate as well. And she talked about, and since she has heart disease, she's got to order it. And she's absolutely right. Nuts are heart healthy. And ladies, you know, we're more impacted by heart disease than even men. So I love what Tim wrote as well. Tim said, red wine with your dark chocolate, Darlene. You're right, Tim.
Ooh.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you, Carrie. I always love having you on the show. I can't wait to see what's going to be coming out over the next couple of weeks.
I know I have some secrets, but we're definitely going to start here, and we'll see some more from Ferris real soon too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being a part of the show. I'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye,
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye. Thank you so very much. All right, everybody, stay where you are. Keep your comments. Guys, thank you so much for all the warm welcoming back that you've written on our Facebook page. Don't forget that one of you will be selected to win a $25 HSN gift card. So Wolfgang Puck is going to be coming up a little bit later on. We've got an incredible today's special and a bread maker, which